Good afternoon. It's TBYE Black Living Room Talk. And I am sitting on the patio today reading Race and Descent as Social Categories in India by Andre Patel. And I think I just might finish really soon. But in the meantime, I'm going to take some time with this. As I was talking about the non-Brahmin and the Brahmins, the differences between the two, which is what I read the last time I connected with you. They were talking about the customs and manners being different, the food, and how the people differed widely, the two classes, and that they belonged to two different races. So I want to go a little bit further into this social category. The non-Brahmin movement had deep economic roots, as its leaders were the first to point out. In general, the Brahmins enjoyed a comfortable economic position as landowners, government officials, and members of the professions. And as I read this, I think about the situation in this country, the situation, the setup that has been going on for years. I read it with the mindset because I can hear the similarity of the problems and the issues. In general, still economic differences frequently cut across caste boundaries. And the Justice Party counted in its ranks the biggest landowners in the presidency. The unique position of the Brahmins in South Indian society is, in fact, based upon differences that are far more pervasive than the purely economic ones. Nowhere else in the country are they so sharply differentiated in speech, dress, and appearance from the rest of the population as in the South. These differences, along with the traditions of their North Indian origin, lent themselves easily to the myth that the Brahmins were Aryans, living on the toil of the Dravidian masses. Regionalism is today viewed as perhaps the most serious threat to the national unity of India. Regionalism. The demand for a separate Dravidian state has close historical links with the non-Brahmin movement and was first put forward in an organized way by the Dravida Kasagam. And its principal proponent today is the Dravida Munnetra Kasagam, DMK, which is the largest opposition party in Madras. Although the leaders of the DMK claim to speak for all the four South Indian states, the party's following outside Madras is very limited. The four southern states, Andhra, Kerala, Madras, and Mysore, share a number of distinctive features that mark them out from the rest of India. The unity of the South is cultural as well as geographical. the South Indian languages belong to the Dravidian family, whereas those of the North are Indo-Aryan. The confusion of linguistic and racial categories, which was such a common feature of the earlier ethnology, has no doubt contributed to the popular belief in the existence of a separate Dravidian race with peninsular India as its homeland. This belief has been worked into an elaborate mythology by the Dravidian movement in its campaign for a separate political status for the four South Indian states. Leaders of the DMK lose no opportunity to demonstrate the threat to the national identity of the South. This national identity has been created largely out of a history and ethnology to which fact and fancy have contributed in about equal measure. It is kept alive by the repeated assertion of the historical, cultural, and racial identity of the Dravidian people. As M.G. Ramachandran, the noted film star and DMK leader, wrote in Homeland, the official organ of the party, and I'll end with reading this. The Dravidians, constituting of Sikh, the Tamils, Telugus, Malayalis, and Kannaris, are a distinct race. They have a common linguistic origin. Their food habits are alike. They think alike, live alike, do alike, and act alike. And I will add what he said, he's already said all the time, Andre Patel, that the caste system in India has often been compared with the system of Negro and white relations in the United States. So you can, as you listen to this, and you can see and hear, well, you can't see it, but you can hear as I read, like I said, the similarities in this country of the Negro-white relations in this country. But I hope that you enjoy this reading. I'm almost to the end of this reading. And like I said, we'll be getting into color in Northern Africa. So I hope that you will study up on the DMK. And let me tell you what that was again. The DMK, the largest opposition party in Madras. I'm going to go on down with this real quick about the DMK. Characteristically, the DMK has also sought to justify its separatist demands on grounds of economic and political domination by the North. Economic development has been unequal in different parts of India, and the North appears to have benefited more than the South. This, however, is hardly the whole story. There are states in the North India that are backward in relation to Madras or Mysore. Tamilians complain that commerce and industry in their state is often controlled by outsiders. But the principal threat, as they view it today, is of Hindi imperialism. The imposition of Hindi as the national language is likely to turn the tables on the South Indians, who have so far used their superior knowledge of English to maintain a fairly comfortable position in government and other services. Okay, so the next part of the reading, getting to the end, we'll be talking about India's tribal population and the roots of pan-tribalism. All right? Okay. I want you to have a wonderful day. I wish you peace, love, and light. Hotel.